Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And we are here with Valynda Mitchell, our nutritionist, our herbalist, and so much more. Welcome to the show today. How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to meet you. How's everything?
Everything's good. All things in perspective, everything's good.
Good. I see your little boy in the background. How old is he?
4.
Yep, mine's 4 and 6. I can totally relate. Do you have just one or more?
Actually, he's my grandson, but
What?
Yes.
You don't look old enough to have a grandson. God bless you. Oh my goodness. Congrats.
Supplements.
Well, see, you're clearly doing something right, and we're going to learn a lot from you today for sure. Why don't you introduce yourself to our listeners, please?
Okay, my name is Valynda Mitchell. I'm located here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Started off back in, my mother started a business, family business back in 1977.
Okay.
And so we've been in business 44 years. I've taken nutrition at Miami U and also got a nursing background, etc. But a lot of knowledge comes from just reading all the time. Mm-hmm. You have to read if you want to keep learning. The world's becoming one with the media, and so different herbs and things they use in Asia, India, Africa, we all have access to it now.
Great. So
learning and growing, and then learn from everybody because people have different experiences.
Yeah.
And they read something but didn't have the ailment or didn't know if it was really good, and somebody says, hey, this is really good.
So now, how long have you been doing this for? I know. So you got started now. You said 1977 was your mother, you said?
Yes, and I worked in the store with her.
So is that where you developed your passion for nutrients and healing and supplements? Okay, good.
Actually, it saved my mother's life, nutrients and like that, because the doctors gave up on her in living. She was 39 years old because she had liver failure due to having diphtheria as a child. So you get that virus and it turns to severe cirrhosis of the liver later on in life. And that's why you see those people with those big stomachs looking like they're pregnant, but it's liver. A lot of times that's liver failure and cirrhosis. So they gave her a year to live, and she read a book and tried some.
Oh my gosh!
Was able to extend her life to over 30 years. So
wow.
Testimony, and then wanted to tell other people and let them know, just don't take the word for granted that it's over. Try and find out what you can do.
Got it. Now let's find out a little more. What is your website, or how do we contact you?
G and Shirley's Vitamins and Herbs Shop.com.
Perfect. And what specifically do you want to start with? I mean, there's so much. I mean, first off, this pandemic, everyone wants to boost their immune system. Could you help people with this?
Well, the key herbs would be your elderberries. Well, you could put it in the herb category.
Okay.
It's a berry, but elderberry, because it works against colds and flus and deactivates the spikes, the COVID spikes, so they don't attach to the lungs. And then there's peppermint that works against Asian flus, so that's good. Ginger fights viruses, and also is good for so many other things like inflammation. So that's one of the problems with COVID is inflammation in the lungs.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
Do daily. Then we have the oregano and olive leaf. Those two.
What is that for? I'm not even familiar. I know oregano from like soup. Is that the same herb we're talking about?
That same herb is good for killing germs.
Wow.
It even comes in drops
and
stops. Let's say you were somewhere and you got diarrhea. Let's say you were in Mexico, wherever, and you have the bad water.
Yeah.
You a couple drops, just 2. It's so strong, and it'll stop it.
Wow.
Colloidal silver is something else that's good to do because it kills up to 650 different bacteria.
And that you ingest, is it like a tincture or the colloidal silver?
The colloidal silver is liquid.
Okay.
It doesn't come in any pill form. But it back in the day when they had the bubonic plague, that's when they found out was silver can do, because they couldn't understand why the rich people were still living and the ones who weren't rich were dying of the disease. And they found out they were using silverware.
So the silver was coming off of the utensils.
Yes.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yes, that's how they learned about silver and discovered that it kills up to 650 different bacteria. And they included, now, I mean, they include even HIV. But of course, you know, I'm not saying go out there and be reckless or
no, of course.
But it is one of the things that's listed for that. And then aloe vera, probably know about that.
I know that for sunburns, but and then I know people drink it. What is it for?
But people have also been making, when they were running out of sanitizer, they were making their own sanitizer with aloe vera.
It kills germs too?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That, and it's a healer.
Okay.
So people take aloe vera for different things, ulcers, stomach issues, even cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I ask a personal question?
Depends on how personal, but go ahead.
Oh, no, I suffer from, they call it IBS. It's just an excuse for we don't know what's wrong with your stomach. It distends no matter what I eat, I bloat, I'm gassy. What type of natural herb or supplement would help with someone with stomach conditions where always inflamed? My intestines are always inflamed, always hurting, like right now, always bloated.
There's about 3 things I would definitely do. One of them is get the I hate to say brand, so I know I shouldn't do that, but now has one peppermint gel capsules.
Okay.
That has ginger in it and fennel.
Okay, I'm going to write this down. Peppermint capsules, whatever brand, doesn't matter, but peppermint capsules with ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it has fennel in it.
Okay.
And that want to get on an amino acid called L-glutamine. Now, a lot of people take L-glutamine for their memory, for their brain, or for sugar addiction or alcohol addiction.
Okay.
But it's also an amino acid that heals the intestinal lining. So you might want to do it in powder just because you'll get in a higher amount of milligrams. But always when you use an amino acid to target a certain ailment or issue, you take it without food.
Mm-hmm.
By itself, because what it'll do is bond to the amino acid that's in that food.
Okay.
Because 22 amino acids, and each of the foods are going to have that amino acid in it. So it'll just increase the number of the milligrams. So you want to take it on an empty stomach, which means in between your meals. Food is usually digested in 3 hours. So do that. Your amino acid for healing.
Okay.
Your aloe vera, there's one aloe vera combined with chlorophyll, you know, the plant chlorophyll, that heals. So you can get it combined together by Dynamic Health for the healing of the intestines, the glutamine for the healing,
okay,
the peppermint for the inflammation and digestion, and then enzymes. Because enzymes deal with digestion, and taking it with your meal will help break up your food, but in between your meals deals with inflammation.
Got it. Okay, great. Thank you for your advice. By the way, I just want to urge everyone to do the same. I'm on the website. It's GANDSHIRLEYS VITAMINSANDHERBSHOP.com, just to spell it out. All right. So it's GN Shirley's vitamins and herb shop.com, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And you go on there and there is a whole plethora of information. You got your vitamins from A to Z. You got your drinks, you got your health supplements. And we're talking, you've been doing this over 40 something years, right? So you clearly know what you're doing. What in particular did you want to discuss? I mean, there's so much about nutrition and health and supplements that you have the knowledge. And clearly your customers keep coming back to you and you're helping them, you know, change their life and keeping them healthy and a good lifestyle.
That's what keeps me going, the customers. it weren't for the customers, I wouldn't keep doing this because
they need you. You have that knowledge. Google could only go so far, and doctors could only go so far.
Right. We have to take accountability for our own health.
Yeah, true.
And find out what we can do to help ourselves. And since I am a God believer, and that's what the G stands for.
Oh, thanks for telling me. I wondered. Okay, good.
Yes, that he said he put herbs down here for the healing of the nations. So it's a matter of knowing what to do and what to take. I've heard some wonderful stories, even with COVID, with using not the turpentine that's sold in Home Depot and like that, but there's turpentine like from the pine needles, and
wow,
a lot of healing and has helped a lot of people with different situations.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing that came to mind to me to talk about is would be high blood pressure.
Okay, well, a lot of people have high blood pressure. Yeah, tell them.
Because the reason why is because especially over the holidays, we're eating and drinking things that we really shouldn't or wouldn't eat and drink. And sometimes
we're all going to overeat and indulge. I know, and it's painful. Tell us not to. Tell us what we should do. Is there any like appetite suppressant supplements?
Oh, there's some appetite suppressants. Like, let's say you even did the Garcinia gambogia, right? That's a carb blocker. Well, if you take it with water, since it's fiber, it just expands so you're not as hungry. You do it like with a cup of water, half an hour before you eat.
Yeah.
Like chickweed. Fennel is a normalizer. Chickweed is one of the herbs for obesity. It breaks down fats as well. So it's good for, and a blood cleanser. So it's good for boils and like that. But yes, there's some appetite suppressants. And most of them you can use even if you have high blood pressure. Because the main one that, although some of them have caffeine, and caffeine can affect your blood pressure. So if it's a high milligram of caffeine in it, I wouldn't recommend it because you can always curb your appetite without having a large amount of caffeine. Even herbs like forskolin. There's a number of them: forskolin, chickweed, fennel, like I said, the Garcinia gambogia, and red raspberry ketones. I mean to say, raspberry ketones help burn up fat, but it also helps curb appetite. So green tea helps, and it's also a metabolizer of fats. So,
really?
Yes, I don't know if you heard of ECCG.
No, I haven't. Tell me.
Well, that's one of the ingredients that's in green tea.
Okay.
Helps, with the metabolism, but they also found it helps with hair. And some people take it also for cancer. So it's all in green tea. That's why, like in Asia, they'll drink like 4 cups of green tea a day to just keep their immune system up and fight cancer cells and like that. It has an ingredient in it called IP6. But now, getting back to the blood pressure, the certain foods increase the blood pressure without a lot of people thinking about it or knowing it. So, and I know even for personal reasons, one of the foods I like around the holidays is stuffing. Now that stuffing, most of the boxes, if you read them, are loaded with salt. So you have to watch your blood pressure. That's one of the foods you might want to watch during the holidays. And watch your, because anything that holds water will increase your blood pressure. That's why some people get on diuretics for the high blood pressure. So not only salt holds water, but sugar holds water. So you have to watch your sweets. And a lot of people that have high blood pressure, they only think about their sugars for people that are diabetic. But it's just bad for people that have high blood pressure. Actually, those two diseases are very similar. So a lot of people who have diabetes end up with high blood pressure too. And people that have high blood pressure are more susceptible to getting diabetes.
Really?
Yes.
And a lot of it's what we eat, a lot of the salt in the food, like you said, a lot of it's processed. But everyone loves going to that grocery store. And it's so appetizing to see those colorful, beautiful boxes of cereal and everything advertised. So, with kids, with grandkids, you get
Mhm.
it. They don't want to eat green. They don't want to eat that fresh broccoli, that fresh fruit. It's like, whoa, we want snacks. It's so sad, but advertising does its trick and it works and it affects so many people. Hence, there's so many people that are obese that have all these problems with their intake and sodium. And it's a shame, if you had guidance throughout your whole life, but it's hard. It's hard for anyone.
Yes, it is. I mean, that's why it's better to prevent the disease
Mm-hmm.
than get the disease and try and manage and control it.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
Because it's so, because once you have a disease, you're inclined, at least you should be inclined to read the ingredients. And once you start reading those ingredients, you start saying, well, darn, I can't have this, or I can't have that. This has so many grams of this and this has so many grams.
I know.
So you start knocking off a lot of the foods that you would have been able to have in moderation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
So
what other suggestions do you have for us? I mean, obviously stay away from salt. It's really hard, but is there supplements that combat? I mean, you don't want to promote eating sodium and eating a lot of salt, but is there something that you could take that's going to help you not absorb it as much or not do as damage to your body? Again, I'm no doctor. I don't know what I'm even saying, but you kind of understand my flow?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. One of the things that you would want to take would be potassium. Like they say, oh, take some potassium, because potassium helps push out salt. And with salt goes water. So it's natural diuretic. So you don't increase the volume within your blood, which makes you push up. So potassium's B6. Normally there's a herbal diuretic formula that would have potassium in it and B6. But more important would be getting a what they call multi-mineral, because a multi-mineral would have calcium, which is found to be deficient in high blood pressure people. Magnesium is really deficient.
Okay.
And then, of course, you need that extra potassium. So you get all of those in a multi-mineral.
Okay.
And I'm not saying multivitamin and mineral, because multivitamins and minerals focus on vitamins. You can't get the amount of minerals you need in a multivitamin and mineral, because you can see a calcium supplement on the side and see how big that pill is. There's no way to put that with the multivitamin and mineral. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And then also multi-mineral would have zinc in it. And if you have high amount of calcium, you knock out your zinc stores.
Got it.
Which is, as you know, is important for the immune system and important for
the immune system. Okay.
And tissue repair.
Okay. I need my glasses sometimes. Sorry.
That's all right. I probably should put on some computer glasses. But,
well, I'm writing your notes down. So I'm taking notes, but I can't read half the things I'm writing. It happens with age. I mean, I'm 43. What are you, like the same age and have all these grandkids? Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm past you. By enough that I'm not going to say the number. But I can say this positive note. Sure. I don't have to wear glasses because I started taking eye supplements back in 2006.
Oh my goodness. You're kidding.
Now I'm way past 40.
And your vision's perfect?
I can read without reading glasses.
Wow.
But now I've been having regular glasses since I was like 23. But I never switched over to glasses for reading glasses, which normally happens at 40.
Yeah.
And I'm past 50. See what I'm saying?
Amazing.
So nothing but the supplements.
Wow. If anyone's watching, you want to look like Valynda? Now I know how she does it. But they're her kids, they're grandkids. these supplements clearly are doing wonders. My gosh, it's like the fountain of youth. Do you have something that you take for like, okay, less wrinkles or to keep like collagen building? Is there any type of supplement for that? Because I'm having trouble with the fine lines.
I tell you, which is getting more, a little more harder to get, is the collagen. Because when you take the collagen, it helps with skin, right? Because it's the protein and the collagen that would be in the skin. But also the antioxidants like CoQ10, that's my to-go-to antioxidant, and goji berry.
Mm-hmm.
The goji that the Asians use and like that. So they're over 100 years old. Those three, if I'm on that like I should be, I can tell the difference. When I stop, then I can see, okay, you better get back on it. Those are the three. But of course, there's always some other good anti-aging herbs like ginseng,
Got it.
Ginseng is a centurion herb too. That's also a healer, and also the number one, just about number one herb listed for the lungs.
My mom had lung cancer. She unfortunately passed. But what is ginseng for the lungs?
Ginseng helps the lungs.
Wow.
I was looking up a lot of information dealing with COVID, and that was one of the top herbs listed to do because it helps the lungs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, do you recommend, is this like you could buy the products from you? Do you also offer like monthly? Do you send things monthly? How does that work with you? I mean, you're also not just selling products, you're also a coach, you are a nutritionist, you're a herbalist. So how does it work? Does someone sign up for a program with you, or tell me that process?
Well, every now and then someone will want a consultation.
Okay.
A consultation, I do consultations one-on-one. And there's a fee per hour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go over an hour, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they'll tell me what ailment and what they, what area they wanted to learn from, and then I'll do that. Other than that, that's the blessed part. If a person is location, in the area, because they'll come in the store, and since I'm so used to helping people and just want to help them and get them better, I usually just start blah, 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 and then showing them in books and like that, giving a lesson like that, even though I've been asked many times, multiple years, to do a class in the store. But between my lifestyle of I was a foster parent.
Oh my gosh.
Foster children and my children, and then the grandchildren came. That's when when they kept popping up, I said, okay, I have to stop. I know I have to have children in my life.
Like there's only so much you could do, but you got a lot. You're doing a lot.
Yeah. So when they stopped, I stopped. But I had done foster care for 29 years.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Between the store, running it by myself, doing everything, and then the foster, talking to the social workers every week and keeping up with your household stuff and like that, I wouldn't do it. And then when I said, okay, no more foster children, then here comes COVID. So it's like, okay, I don't want over 10, so I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
So hopefully things will get better, that, because you don't know who's at the door.
No.
And they act like they don't want to wear a mask sometimes.
We just got mandated back in New York as of today, masks again for everyone here in our state. You're in Ohio, right?
Right.
And right now, are you back to it's only if you're vaccinated, or what is your policy there? Just curious.
A lot of the stores will say, I shouldn't say a lot because I haven't been really going out lately, but they would have at the door, if you're vaccinated, it's up to you.
Got it.
If you want to wear a mask.
Yep.
And so, of course, you don't know who really did.
No.
And even if they did, they're saying you still can get it.
It's like, what? Yeah.
Okay, you've gotten it, but you're not showing the symptoms because it didn't get you too good.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're spreading it to someone else.
Exactly.
So that's for people that's vaccinated and not vaccinated to wear a mask. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not something to say, yay, but they don't even have breathing or oxygen issues and still don't want to wear a mask.
No.
I mean, who have issues, you can understand more, like they have asthma and they can hardly breathe, or they have some kind of COPD, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
They just want to not wear it because it's uncomfortable and not cute, but
Hey,
you got to think about more people, yourself and others,
got to do what's right. Absolutely. Wow. And we have just 3 minutes left in the show, Valynda. I want to make sure we're getting to everything that's important to you. What else do you want our listeners to know about you and your company?
That we're not only educated on what we sell, but if we don't know something, we're willing to look it up and find out what you need, because it's not about just being there. It's about helping others. And that's the only true joy you get, is from helping others. I mean, material things don't last forever, and you can't take them to the grave. And he's not going to ask you how much you accumulated. He's going to ask, I was hungry, did you feed me? And things that really. So you have to have the let's put it this way. You'll see little things talking about love in my store. Yeah. Because and Christ, not a whole lot on Christ, but because God is love. And since God is in me, that's what I try to spread and do, is love and help. And as long as he gives me the energy and keeps putting me that I should keep on going, I'll do that. Even though, of course, part of me is like, okay, enough of that. But there's more that pulls me when people say every week, I appreciate you. I get that a lot. So anyway, if you're this way, come to Gene Shirley's. Always call, because it's always something. I've got my dog is laying down there now, and I didn't know whether her little face was showing or not, because she's spoiled.
Yeah, I saw how cute. I saw the little tail before. Very cute. But it's a pleasure having you here, and thank you for enlightening our listeners. One more time, tell us the website, please.
Gene Shirley's Vitamins and Herbs, herbshop.com. And the telephone number for the store is 513-648-0600.
Perfect. Are you on social media at all too?
Well, we have an email, but I mean, to be most honest, I keep myself so full. I'm not on there putting out information like I should. There's goals of me of change for January.
Right. Well, thank you so much. Really, it's a pleasure having you here. Thank you for enlightening us. I got to try some of that peppermint stuff. I wrote it down, but okay. Do you sell that stuff or no on your site?
I'm not, but I haven't gotten my site together. You just basically have to call me and tell me what you want. Then I package it up and I send it out. But
all right.
I'm sort of back in old school right now.
I love it. Well, thank you. Hopefully we'll have it. We're going to talk again soon.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much again, Valynda Mitchell. We appreciate all you do. Have a great day. And to all of our listeners, the same. Stay tuned. More of the show is on the way.
Okay. You too. Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, I mean, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.